Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 2001 of our journey, my journey from the offline to the online world. And back and forth again, right? Because I do both nowadays. I spent 40 plus years in the offline world running different businesses, over 25 years, over a quarter century of that, simultaneously working in corporate America, raising my family, doing all the things that we do as we're going through our lives. And, you know, each of our lives is different, but those are the things I did. And then following my divorce, I decided I wanted to do something else, but I wasn't sure what it was, but I wanted it to be dramatically different than what I had done the previous 50 years of my life. So I hopped online and started to learn about the internet, about the online world, about online businesses, etc. And so I played in that arena since 2017. 2018, I started doing live videos. Why? Because my coach encouraged me to do live videos repeatedly, until I actually got up the gumption to do them. I did my first one with a beaver puppet named Betsy, and it's usually around me, but I don't know where it is right now, but it's somewhere close. And the rest is history. I did not start doing this series until probably 2018, where I just, since I have vision challenges and they've gotten, you know, worse and worse and worse every year, I needed to find a way to document what I was doing, to learn, and so I could go back and check and see, okay, I already did that webinar, it flopped miserably, boy, I better change it dramatically, or I better not do a particular webinar again. It's things like that. So I needed a way to document what I was doing that wasn't in my notebooks that I really can't read very well, but I do it anyway. For example, this is this year's annual challenge notebook, and I write in it, I take notes. I primarily write because it helps me to remember what it is I want to talk about. Today's one of my favorite topics is life is a mirror, and we're talking about that with respect to our relationships. What we put out into the world is what we get back. Our life is, and the results we get is a reflection of not just what we do, our actions, but our thoughts, our beliefs, our behaviors, our emotions. All of that goes out into the world and then comes back to us. The energy we put into things is the energy we get back. It doesn't always come back from the same person or the same situation, but it comes back to us sometimes in good ways. If we put a lot of good out into the world, good comes back to us. If we put a lot of bad out into the world, a lot of negative energy, a lot of doubt, worry, fear, meanness, etc., we get that back too. Often tenfold. So when we put things out, it's why I feel sorry for bullies, because, you know, you can bully people for a while, but guess what? You're not going to go unscathed for your entire existence, especially, you know, like my mom says, when you get to the pearly gates, guess what's going to happen? So we each get to believe what we want to believe, but I choose to believe that we create our own lives and that we are responsible for the things that we create. And once we realize that, it reminds us to think differently about the things we say, the things we think, not only about other people, but about ourselves as well. I shared for Supersize Your Business today, I did something different. I shared my dad's favorite poem, which was called The Man in the Mirror or The Guy in the Glass. I think it was The Man in the Mirror, and the updated version is The Guy in the Glass. But it is an old poem. You can tell by the language used in it. They say feller, they say pelf, which means money and riches. They use terms like that. But the whole point of the poem is that, guess what? What really matters in our lives is what kind of a relationship we have with ourselves, and can we look ourselves in the eye in the mirror and feel good about the things we've done, the things we've said, the thoughts we've had about our life experiences, etc. And then I tied that to, well, what does that have to do with our business? Well, the better person we are, the better version of ourselves we are, the better equipped we are to put good and value into the world, which is what business is all about, right? Relationships, creating value, etc. So Monday here in my neck of the woods, if I can help you in any way, ask. Summer is actually my favorite season. I love all four seasons. That's why I live in a climate and a place in the world where there are all four seasons. But summer is my favorite. I love to be able to get outside, enjoy the fresh air, look at nature, see all the beauty that's around us all the time that sometimes we forget to appreciate unless we consciously take time every day to go out and appreciate it. But if I can help you in any way with offline or online businesses, any question you have, I like to be that resource for people, because I know how terrible it feels to feel like you're all alone. And most of us, when we're building and growing and supersizing our business, at some point feel like, oh my God, this is too much, I'm all alone. And sometimes you just need one person that will listen to you for a couple of minutes and let you ask your question. And then you always realize, I am hard pressed to think of a single example of a person that actually doesn't know what they need to do next. But sometimes we block ourselves and we shut ourselves off from being able to see that because we're so mired in the chaos of the current situation. And sometimes you just need to ask someone, and there's magic in asking the questions, right? And I learned that from a friend who's no longer with us, but I think about him every time I ask a question, because he was always reminding me that sometimes you need to ask for help. And it's not even asking for help, it's opening up to the universe and asking the question, and by asking the question, the answer appears. And you realize more often than not, you knew the answer all along, you just were blocking it, or you didn't for some reason want to let yourself see it. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll of course be with you tomorrow. Bye.